Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So this is the conclusion lecture of our series of which were going of environmental issues. Okay, so this is the last lecture of this environmental issue, and after that we will continue some new series. Okay, so this is 76th lecture. So first we will discuss in this lecture energy conservation, that how can we conserve energy by shifting our means and whatever the thing is. Okay, so first CFL, that is compact fluorescent lamps, should be replaced by LEDs as they are much more efficient, replacing aging old appliances with energy efficient models. You can use alternate resources, that is renewable energy sources should be used in place of non-renewable energy sources, for example solar energy, biogas, wind energy, etc. There should be energy audits of home, building, hotels and factory which should be done at regular intervals. Demonstration of projects involving the introduction of appropriate renewable solar, wind and biogas energy technologies at the community level. Okay. Also, there should be a collaborative community or academic research and development in order to produce low cost sustainable energy options which should be given the priority. Okay. Environmental friendly public transport system should be promoted to reduce the use of individual motorized transportation. Installation of photoelectric controls or timers should be used to make sure that outdoor lighting is sufficient during the day. Elevators, lift should be used for going up beyond 3 floors, and for coming down the usage of lift may be reduced. Whenever two elevators or lift are provided in a building, only single should be operated during the non-peak hours. Conservation and sustainable use of water bodies, including watersheds, river barriers, and coastal zones, will be helpful in the energy conservation at community level. Training program about energy efficient repairs should be organized to conserve energy at community level. Advocacy to remove subsidies to inefficient and polluting sources of energy should become essential. Locally manufactured improved cook stoves should be introduced to reduce the charcoal consumption. Regular monitoring and audit of energy consumption in industry result in energy conservation. Okay. And there should be more use of public transport as much as possible, and instead of using their own vehicle, we can avoid frequent start and stop of vehicle to reduce the fuel consumption, and appliances and office equipment should be replaced with the energy star rated units. And last is that building designs and construction practices should promote energy conservation. So there are many more, you can do many more things to conserve this to conserve the energy. Okay, but we have discussed only few main. Okay, so now let's come to the conclusion for what we have done. So when it comes to the global effort to fight climate change, India quickly become clueless. Like other developing countries, it seems to stuck in a zero-sum game where it must choose between fast-growing economic growth to bring people out of poverty or protecting the environment. India is the world's third largest greenhouse gas polluter. It struggles with the lack of clean water and impoverished farmlands. And while it plans to vastly increase renewable energy use and has committed to emissions reduction for the Paris Climate Conference, it also plans to increase the coal-fired and nuclear power capacity. But at the same time, India's climate negotiators argue that given how modest its emissions are per person, the country both needs and has the right to use fossil fuel to spur the growth. Now let us talk something about green revolution also. So the green revolution was hailed as a huge success. Its promotion of better seeds and use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides did increase food production dramatically. But on many levels it didn't succeed. 50 or so years on, we are finding that soil is depleted, water has run out, and food has chemical in it that are changing our bodies and the environment. Okay, due to the use of chemical. The green revolution is not just about farming technique, it is an entire economic system. Farmers in Punjab just felt like it was a constant admission fee, and every time you paid one ticket it would work for a while, and then magic seed suddenly did not work anymore and a new pest had come and you had to get a new pesticides. They just feel like they were on this hamster wheel that they couldn't get off. But those farmers did get off. They decided to go back to how their father farmed before all the chemicals were given out. Many other farmers also started to farm some of their acres organically while continuing to farm the rest using chemicals to get the higher yield. A lot of scientists say that switching to organic is not going to get you the yield, but seeds cost less, the inputs are less, soil become alive again, it holds water better, it decreases erosion, it's an amazing carbon storehouse. So all these factors come together. Okay. And in the semi-arid region of Rajasthan, wells and aquifers had become depleted due to the growing population and intensive agriculture. People were leaving because there was no way to work the land or maintain livestock. Then, led by the efforts of Rajendra Singh, known as Rain Man of Rajasthan, they started building small-scale dams called johards that capture the rains when they come. Just that small action, helping the water pour so that it does not run off, cause erosion and disappear, allow it to percolate down into the aquifer, constantly replenishing the system. Okay, system like these were in place in some version of all across the ancient Asia and China, but they had been forsaken as countries started using big dams and farmers started believing that the government would provide the necessary water, so people stopped taking care of their own plot of land the way they used to do. Now they are discovering that reinvesting in the local landscape and taking part in management of them in a really positive way can make a big difference. Okay. So where the most hope comes from for India, recapturing a lot of ancient knowledge and pairing it with all of the things that we know. These are of course valuable high-tech approaches to agriculture and water management. Smart grids and other technique can improve energy usage, which is a huge part of the crisis India is facing right now. And these have nothing to do with the traditional knowledge, but combining the best of the old and the best of the new could really blaze a new path forward. Okay, so guys, that was all for this environmental issue. Okay, we have finished one more series. Congratulations, I hope you have also watched all the video and studied thoroughly. Okay, and thank you guys for watching, and if you feel this series helpful, okay, whatever I am doing, so do hit the like button and subscribe, because it motivates me very much to make more and more videos and bring more new lectures and some new tricks which I know. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Goodbye, take care.